So as a high performance athlete, are you focusing on performing better? Are you focusing on training hard? Or are you having to think about what to eat, what to train? You go into the gym, you don't know what lifts to do, or you're just confused, or you just go on social media and be like, hey, that's a good exercise. We in the athlete are here to take the guesswork out of training and nutrition to get you performing at a higher level. You are the center, and we act as a support network around you. So, quick rundown of who I am. So my name's Trent Pitterhee, the founder of Inner Athlete. Inner Athlete was actually born out of necessity to provide a strength and conditioning service and sports nutrition to you who may not have access to a coach and a nutritionist when you need. So the idea is to provide you with the tools to perform at a high level, to train when you want, and create the competency for you guys to perform at your peak performance. So the biggest factors is structure. So structure in your programming, getting you to peak to where you need to be, removing those weaknesses from your performance. So if you feel like you're not running fast enough, you're not jumping high enough, you don't feel like you can cut side to side, you feel like you can kick further, but you just can't currently, how can we fix your training in order to get you performing at a higher level? Your programming could actually hindering your performance. You ever thought about training in a more methodical way to get you peaking higher? These are things that you need to consider when you actually do your training. You just walk into the gyms, like, pick a couple of machines, work your guns, boom. You're trying to feel like you've trained, but you're not training with a purpose. So let's try and give you that purpose with your training to perform at a higher level. The lack of training or the lack of purpose of training can actually manifest into long-term issues. So proper technique is always important. Appropriate sets, reps, and weight are always important in order to get you to peak when necessary. It needs to be individualized. If you're taking someone else's program that it's worked for them, but it hasn't worked for you, these are things you need to consider. What I'm trying to get at is like, what do you want out of it? It's like, do you want to feel better? Do you want to perform better on the field? Do you want to perform better on the court? Do you want to perform better on the track? Do you want to beat your adversary? Do you want to dominate? Do you want to get to the next level? Do you want to get paid as a professional athlete? Do you want to go travel overseas as a professional athlete? These are doors that we can help you open up in your sporting career. Do you want to shift your body composition? Do you feel like you're performing too heavy? You're performing at a body weight that's too heavy for you? Do you feel like you're too light, too small? You look at football players, you got small, skinny guys trying to tackle big dudes, and what happens? The skinny guy comes off second best. Leg strength, leg mass, upper body strength is correlated with your ability to tackle, the high correlation. If you don't have that foundational strength, how do you think you're going to be able to apply that strength into a guy who's stronger than you? Just think about that. I guess one of the things I like to mention is like, how has Inner Athlete helped others? I had Shelton, plays in the European Football League. He had issues coming to me. He didn't feel strong enough. He didn't feel fast enough. And what did we do? We worked with him. We worked with his needs. We worked as an individual to get him performing at a higher level on the field to reduce his chances of injuries. He's got a history of hamstring issues. We reduced the chances and the likelihood of him of reoccurring injuries. Then we had Sean. He approached me in the gym, and I was like, cool. And I also asked him the question. He came to me and he's like, what can I do for my chest? I'm like, what are you training for? He's like, he just wants to get bigger. And he nailed every exercise that he could think of for his chest. in this one day. I'm like, dude, that is not optimal whatsoever. So I got him rethinking about how he trains. And what we did is we got him training less. And what happened? We got him more results. We just rewired, but we made it specific to him. He wanted to get stronger, wanted to get bigger. All right, sweet, perfect. And now he's joining the police force. Now he's going to be able to take on people who are bigger than him. He's not a big dude. He's probably about 5'10". Probably weighs roughly about 80 kilos. He's not a solid dude, but he can hold his ground. He has that confidence with him that he can defend himself when necessary. He can do his job at an optimal level. Then we have Keelan. Keelan came to me with just chronic back pain, upper and lower back. And what we did is we tweaked her. We just did small things over time. We improved her breathing patterns. We focus on positioning. Eventually, when we focus on those two things, everything started to come into play. We were able to load up her body and actually getting her stronger, getting her to do trap bar deadlifts, which was applicable to her job because she works in an aged care nursing home and she has to go and help the elderly out of their chairs, has to carry things all the time, has to push people around. And that does take a toll on the body at the end of the day. So I taught her to be smart in the way she lifts, in the way she trains, which in essence, she is performing for her job. So I guess she's kind of an athlete in an occupational sense. So you could go to another PT, a strength coach, or someone you could invest, $200 to $600 a month, and still not get the level of expertise. You're getting a team. You're not getting an individual. You're getting a team. So, this program is designed to give you what you need to grow and get better at your sport. Most PT coaches would charge $80 an hour, if not more. And usually they won't have the time to train you when you want. How's that optimal? And sometimes they won't even give you a program. They'll just charge it as an extra. It costs too much. I'm like, well, this program may seem like it costs too much, but let's talk about that. Let's talk about how it's going to save you money in the long run. It's going to save you money on physio. Massage. Massages are good. I don't mind them here and there, but go and get your monthly physio, your weekly massage. You get dry needling all the time. Then you might incur an injury, and then you're off work. How many of you can actually afford to be off work? I'd say probably none of you, to be honest. How many of you work for yourselves, and if you're out of work, are you making money? No. You're not looking after yourself in order to perform in your job, but also perform on the field, in the sport that you're passionate about. So I want you to click the link below, book in a time with me. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how we in an athlete can actually get you performing higher than ever before. We get you performing at a level that you never thought was real. You never thought you could realize you could perform at this level. So act now. Let's book in a time. Let's get serious. Let's get into this. Peace.